Hello, my name is Brandon Talbot, and this is my persuasive speech for Communications 101. Let's say you imagine yourself, you wake up one morning, the sun's shining, birds are singing, and it's all in all a beautiful morning, and you actually want to take a walk outside. You open the front door, the first thing you see is a bunch of tin cans, broken glass, old newspaper clippings, all littered along your yard. And the first thing your mind wanders to is back in elementary school, when the teachers talked about one very important subject. And I'm sure you've all already probably guessed what I'm about to talk about. And yes, it is. It's recycling. But the thing is, though, there are some aspects of recycling that not everyone knows about. But recycling the proper items can actually have an impact in the environment, but also more so when it comes to jobs, the natural resources, and energy security. And these are actually the three topics that I do want to touch base on, because I didn't even know some of this. I actually got some of the information from the Environmental Protection Agency and the Illinois Recycling Association. But first I actually want to touch base on the jobs that recycling does give. Recycling creates new businesses that have to haul, process, broker the recovered materials, as well as jobs where they manufacture and distribute the products that were created from the recycled materials. The Environmental Protection Agency actually has statistics. The recycle and reuse industry actually consists of approximately 56,000 establishments, and these establishments together employ about 1.1 million people. The payroll of these people is nearly $37 billion, and the gross overall annual revenue is $236 billion. So you can see right there just how the recycling industry has an impact with the jobs in the economy. I mean, even right now, I'm having a difficult time for trying to find a job, and I'm sure I'd have a whole lot harder time if I had to deal with 1.1 million more people. The second aspect I do want to talk about is the natural resources that could be available for future generations. The Illinois Recycling Association actually had a little statistic from 1996. They said that if 130 million cubic yards of material were diverted from landfills, and this material was recycled goods, this material that was diverted would actually need 64 landfills to put it all together in. And to give you an idea how big these landfills will be, each landfill would have the capacity to serve the combined population of Dallas and Detroit. And that's just for one landfill, and there's 64 that would be needed. So you can tell all the natural resources that would need to be destroyed in order to fulfill the needs for the recycled goods that aren't being recycled. And just substituting recovered scrap metal just for the uses of trees, minerals, ores, and other virgin goods, it reduces the pressure to expand forestry and mining production, and those all can be environmentally damaging. So this all saves natural resources for future generations. Also now, energy security is one I want to touch base on as well. The Environmental Protection Agency actually said that each pound of aluminum that's recovered, Americans save about 7.5 kilowatt hours of electricity, and that's enough energy to meet the electric needs of a city the size of Pittsburgh for 6 years. Now, of course, the energy saved differs by material, but almost all recycling processes achieve some significant energy savings as compared to virgin material production. Now, there's actually a recycling calculator that I found that helps show your savings through recycling as well as the environmental benefits. It helps you indicate landfill space saved, the greenhouse impact, energy, and water. And this is actually at www.nsu.gov.au/WARR/benefitrecycling.htm. I found it very helpful and very enlightening to determine how much savings you're actually doing through recycling. So today we learned that recycling actually produces more jobs for the economy, especially in an economy that is struggling. Recycling helps preserve natural resources that are there for future generations to use. Recycling as well helps to conserve energy, and a very simple way of finding out all your savings with recycling can be done at the recycling calculator that I explained to you a little bit ago. Now, to prevent a world full of misery, garbage, and frustration, I challenge you today to actually start a recycling process in your own homes, and to not only help the environment but yourself as well. There are those out there who actually do have recycling programs, and that's many of you, including myself and my family. My challenge to you is to take it beyond the home. Recycle everywhere you go. You see a broken glass laying on the ground. Careful, but you can still recycle it. See tin cans, old newspapers laying around. You can take recycling with you wherever you go. And that's my challenge to those of you who do recycle. Because recycling, as we have learned, saves a lot of money, time, effort, and it's a very great way to help the environment as well. So let's see how big of an impact you can make.